And we are live. Welcome, everybody. Today it's March 7th. It's a Thursday. I don't know if you're going to be watching this live or you're going to be catching this later, but my name is Tiffany Hill Cook. I run a spiritual practice called The Healing Hill, and my channel is all about love, raising the vibration of earth, community, resources, and connecting with spirit. Today, I'm going to do a live reading. I don't know how much of the reading we'll get into because we're going to be here for half an hour. And I know that I have some exciting news, but Samantha has some really exciting news too that she literally just shared with me. So this is Dr. Samantha Cooper. We met probably a few months back where we spent an hour and a half together and talked about spirit and a variety of things. So if you're interested, check that out. But Samantha, would you mind introducing yourself and telling folks a little bit about, we're multidimensional.
Yes. I'm Samantha. This is Cody. There's always at least one furry critter in front of me in every Zoom meeting. About me, that is such a hard thing to answer. I'm mom, wife, spirit, accountant, teacher, author, partner, guide, spiritual. I want to say spiritual guru, but I'm a spiritual guru wannabe. Channel, all things bright, beautiful, and exciting.
Writer.
Yep, I said author. Yes, I should have learned my background. My my third book just came out last week. Crazy Weird and Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's the first 6 months of my spiritual awakening.
Wow. Okay.
So it's just like the title says. For a while, everything, well, you were there with me. Everything was crazy and weird. And eventually came around to the realization that none of it's crazy. I'm not crazy. None of it's crazy. It's not weird. Yeah. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say the crazy and weird would be connected to the deprogramming, right? It's the story, the narrative that we were fed growing up that makes us not trust what's, like the connection with our soul. Even the word crazy, like I've definitely used that in a sentence and I may use it again in a sentence, but like, what even is crazy? You know what I mean? It's just my judgment of your reality that I don't think that what your reality is right. So I just, blanket statement it as crazy. So, I have never written a book. I do write weekly, but, that just to me seems like a huge milestone, especially that's your third book. How can people, if you wouldn't mind after this, sending me a link to it, I'll put it in the description box below. How can people get access to this?
It's on Amazon. And it's also on my other big piece of fun news, our JSE Holistics website. We had 3 books from JSE Holistics published in the last 7 days, one of which just happened yesterday. So we've had 3 books.
What?
Yes. With every course, there's a subscription box, and every course has a guidebook. So Jen and I have been writing furiously and publishing furiously books. Those are on Amazon as well. They're on our website. And if you take the courses on JSE Holistics, you get the box.
They complement. Okay.
Yes.
So is the box is the box? Yeah. That's freaking beautiful. Is the box like a subscription box almost, but you're not going to get it monthly type of a thing?
Tell me about the box. Yeah. We still call it a subscription box because that's where the idea originated. Actually, we're going to do a monthly box, and it resonated for me almost, but not quite. Like, I don't want to just send somebody things. I want to connect with people. Yeah. And what that eventually turned into was JSE Holistics Academy. So our primary product essentially is courses, learning, connection, Zoom sessions, our community, all of that. And to augment that, we still have the subscription boxes, but you can choose to take a class. You can take a class and get the box with it. In the box is all sorts of beautiful things, and it's different for every class. Every class has something different in it. Yeah. And the guidebook is in the box. Or you can buy the guidebook all by itself on Amazon without taking a class, without buying the box, without doing anything. And the guidebook functions perfectly on its own. The class functions on its own. And you can buy the box with the guidebook and walk through things on your own that way too. So it's just a range of tools, and we've designed them so that whatever you want, you can choose, and you're not forced into, well, I have to have the whole package to make things work. If you like to read, get the guidebook. If you like to touch things, get the box. That kind of thing. So
it's
anyway,
so
sorry.
Enough no, please. No, this is what we're here to do. What would be some of the courses that you offer? Because I've looked at your website, you have quite a few.
We do. Well, the first 3 that launch April 1st is Introduction to Spiritual Awakenings. Okay. My favorite, Introduction to Channeling. I just finished that book yesterday. Okay. And the Mind, Body, and Soul Connection. Yes. There will be more. We'll release about every month. We're hoping to get 2 more courses produced each month. So eventually there will be a full curriculum of all sorts of topics, all related to holistic wellness. Mind, body, and soul, channeling the spirit, etc. But those are the first 3.
Oh, I love that. I don't know if I told you, but I started this month. It's a 6-month course that I'm taking, that at the end of it, I will have a course offering.
That's fantastic. What's your course offering, or don't you know yet?
I don't, well, I'm in this first month, and I have a journal. The first month is, what is it? What the fuck is it? And so, but ironically enough, mind, body, soul is what keeps coming up for me. Reframing the mind, reclaiming the body, and then remembering who you are. And then, so, but I haven't decided, is it going to be a month-long thing? Is it a weekend-long thing? Primarily, it's going to be all automated, with the intention that I could have 100 people a month taking this, etc. And so next month is when we get into the technology, and it's these lovely ladies out of Australia. It's called the Course Mentors that I hooked up with. So, yeah, so I'm excited. I couldn't imagine doing, like, for me, and maybe you've made courses before, but I couldn't imagine doing like multiples right now. Like, one is.
That's what I do for a living. I'm in higher education and curriculum design. So different topic, one that I am actually very, very passionate about, but kind of the same process. So it's not all new to me. I understand how to build a course, which kind of gives me a leg up and making them faster, I suppose.
Well, so, this leads me to, I have exciting news. So we all have backgrounds, right? And so it's no wonder that you worked in that space and are now doing what you're doing now. But as of like a week ago, I procured retail space that I'm going to be moving into April 1st. So I spent a decade working in sales. And so now I'm, getting my reseller's permit and reaching out to all these individuals. And it's like, that just comes so naturally to me, curating and putting together things, because I built things like that before. So it's no wonder that we have these paths that we've been on before that connect us to the current moment that we're in. So I'm super stoked. It's got multiple offices as well. So I just can't wait to even create a space to sell high vibrational items for people and create a healing experience for people. I've got access to a really large conference room as well. So I don't know exactly what it's going to consist of, but I just feel really fortunate that this opportunity presented it, and it aligns. It's like everything that I was seeking. So anyways, so more to come there.
Yay. April 1st. That's a big date for everybody. That's when our courses launch too. So
we'll
have to just send everybody all the fantastic energy on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I know. When I picked the date, when it's a Monday and I don't work Mondays at my other job. And so I was like, yeah, I'll take it. What's interesting is I was chatting with a friend yesterday. His name is Me, and he was on one of my, did you write that? JSE Holistics? Did you write that? Or yes, you had to have. No?
No.
There's
probably Jen.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Hello, Jen. So I was speaking with him yesterday, and he just came out with one of four courses that he's offering. So it's just interesting. There's a lot of oh, it is Jen. Hey, Jen. There's a lot of creation of there's a lot of creating right now, almost like at a extra quick speed as well. So all right, well, you're going to send me your web information, or not the web information, but the book information. I think I have access to your website and stuff. So if it's not in the description box, I will absolutely put it in there at a different time later today. But this was for a reading. Are there any questions in particular that you would like help from Spirit on?
Very few of my ducks are in a row and they all keep wandering off. So whatever Spirit wants to share with me today is fine with me.
Okay, cool. Dude, that's funny. And also, like, when you think of a duck, they're so like cool, calm, and collected, and then their feet are just going underneath. Really the first thing that's coming through is in this time where you are, the word is not even busy. It's not even busy, because busy implies like it's a different implication. In this time where you are creating at such a warped speed, let's put it that way. Like, that's really what it is. It's like to think about the fact that you just published a third book, and then you did, how many more did you say? 3 more for JSE Holistics. I mean, that's but it's in those moments too. It's like you're being guided, right? So this information, it's not like you're hitting a wall, but what they're reminding you is, what does Samantha want for Samantha? How does Samantha want to nourish herself? Whether that's going and getting like a mani and a pedi, whether that's going and getting ice cream, I don't know, going and getting a massage, whatever it is. But right now you're giving a lot of energy out. And it may not even be that you have a lot of people signed up for the course, but you're energetically giving a lot right now. Because that's what happens when you create. You are literally energy is coming through you in order to manifest physically. And so they're just wanting you to remind you to celebrate yourself, slow down and take a nap if you need to. And that, sorry, my phone is ringing, to essentially give yourself permission to even take a day off if you want to, from whatever it is that, your mind might be saying, oh, I've got to do this. It's like, well, it'll be there tomorrow. How does that feel?
It definitely resonates.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see here. What else? They're bringing up diet. And specifically the feeling that I get is like less judgment around what and how and when you're eating, but just like learning to enjoy the experience of food and what it does, to create memories or to nourish the body. And you and I have known each other for years now, and like myself included, I'm still learning how to unconditionally love my body and unconditionally allow myself to nourish it in a way that whatever way I want to in that very moment. And so what they're just saying is that whether you feel it or realize it or not, there is healing that's continuing to take place there with that behavior and with that relationship. And one way, this is interesting, they said one way that you could, if you wanted to, an exercise that you could do with your food, or even like they just brought up as like, hey, maybe you go on walks normally and then you took like a week off from walking, again, just like whatever the behavior is, but maybe it altered a little, is connecting. So let's say we're talking about food in particular. It's just like connecting with the consciousness of the food that you're eating or consuming, and like having almost like a conversation with it before, and just feeling what that feels like. Because how they describe it is it will almost, how do I say it? Well, the word that they're using, but I don't really like it, is humanize the food, like give it some sort of, nope, hold on one second. They're saying that if you allow yourself to just like be with that plate of food, or maybe it's a bowl, if it's a snack, or I don't know, but to just feel what the food feels like. They say that you'll have a different level of appreciation and gratitude for it in that moment. It's funny, they just brought me back to, again, it's like how they're describing is like Samantha is vivacious. Samantha is high. There's just a lot of yummy energy. So allow yourself to ride it out however long it goes for, but also like it's okay to take a break too. Like the example that they're giving is yesterday I was at the gym and I'm trying to move my body for 3 miles a day, whether that's running, walking, I don't care. Just move it for 3 miles a day. And I was into my first mile and my phone rang and a girlfriend was like, do you want to go to breakfast? And I was like, well, absolutely. But old me would have said, no, I'm at the gym, and I would have like been super structured on that commitment that I made to myself versus allowing free flow in the moment. So that's how they're describing it, just allowing flow to come. They are bringing up something, maybe this is like way future planning, but and I think maybe you and I have talked about this in other sessions before this, but I think your life is going to look way different in a year from now than it does today.
That's true all the time.
Right. Yes. But in the sense that maybe you're not working as an accountant anymore, type of a thing.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's almost like I just had them play out imagery wise. Like, I asked them to fast forward and I got imagery. And it was almost like being on a magic carpet ride. Like all of these, like just being kind of swept into this. Essentially, it's kind of like with me in this new space opening. Like, if you would have asked me 6 months ago, do you want this space? I would have said no, I just wasn't ready for it. But I'm at a point, and so are you in our journey, where it's like there's this ability to surrender to the experience that's happening. It's almost like all of the learning and shedding and healing that you've done. It's like now we're going to get to a point where you're going to get some withdrawals from all of those deposits, if that makes sense.
It does.
And really cool doors are going to open, like bizarre, you just sitting on a plane next to somebody, you being in a line at the grocery store, really unique miracles are going to be presented to you. I could see you. So out of curiosity, the book that you just published, was it Weird, Wild, and Wonderful?
Crazy, Weird, and Wonderful. Yeah.
Crazy, Weird, and Wonderful. Is that, are you the author of that?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, the JSE Holistics books Jen and I wrote together, but the Crazy, Weird, and Wonderful is mine. I wrote the whole thing.
Okay. I could see you like reading that. And like, I've never seen this in person, but like in the movies where they go to bookstores and they read like a chapter or like verses out of it. And then people go up and you sign it, but it's more like your book changed my life, or specifically that happened to me. I see imagery of that as well. It's beautiful.
I love that.
Yeah. They are bringing up something else, which is I've experienced. How do you connect with your clothing right now?
in a disjointed and angry fashion.
Okay, cool. Because that's what I feel. It's more like I don't have anything like it's just not you don't feel sexy in your clothes is how they're describing it.
Nope.
Yeah. So just know that one day you're going to go, I want to go get some new clothes, and allow yourself to go and experience. And maybe you're going to buy a color of clothing that you don't normally buy, or a cut of a shirt or a jean. Because this is how they're describing it. Cool. Because, and you may not notice it as much because you are you, but you're evolving at a quicker pace right now. Like the things that you're experiencing, they're at an accelerated rate. And so because of that, you're evolving as well. And so what you used to like and what used to feel good, and even down to the material, like they're even describing like that you have clothing that you would like to wear, but you don't even like the way it feels on your skin. So there's like almost like a material component that you like, maybe linen and wool and silk are going to be better for you versus like anything synthetic. I don't know. But somehow like even the material item, the material that the item is made of also is like going to potentially play a role in that as well. So, yeah, so they're saying, so an opportunity would be like to go and try on things that you would never normally try on and just see how it feels. Because it's like you're a new version of yourself. And so the clothes don't reflect this new version of you. Yeah. Let's see. Is there like, do you have, I know you said to allow spirit, but is there any specific question or anything based off of that I shared that comes up? Because if not, that's okay. I can see what else I can get from him.
No, there's a new group that kind of likes to dance around in my energy here lately. I'm curious if you have any information about this new little group of helpers.
Okay. Okay. May I get any information? May I get any information? Okay, it's coming more towards me. Are they very high vibrational, would you say? Okay, cool. Because just now when I attempted to contact them, it was like I could feel them, and I just lost the connections, but that's okay. I can get back to it. But it was like, just a second, we've got to come to you, was kind of the energy that I felt.
They were
It was
asking me if it was okay. I was trying to like shoot them.
Oh,
tell her about like go.
Okay, cool. Initially, I wasn't getting anything, and then I got angelic type energy, but then it was more like maybe not angels, but very high vibrational beings, and it was almost like it was going to take them time to get to me, like I needed to elevate my consciousness higher, and they needed to get more dense in their experience. So let's see, what are we? Okay, they are here. They're here to help aid in the raising of the vibration of Earth. The information that I'm getting from them is the reason that you're able to work with them at this point in time is because you, I think of life like a game, and there's these checkpoints, right? That we don't even realize. Like yesterday, I saw a man sitting on the side of the road with a sign. I didn't even fucking see what the sign said, but he needed help some way. If anybody's ever played like Zelda or any type of game, there's like these different levels that if you go and you do this one activity, you get points or you get to level up. When I saw that man with the hood of his car open, I'm like, that's a checkpoint. If I were to have stopped, or whoever is to stop, they're going to get some extra points. We don't see the points, but there's going to get some extra good juju that comes your way. And so that's how they're describing it. It's because of the fact that you have, for example, moved towards and through fears. The fact that you are, I was going to say surrendered, but it's more living in like a flow state. It's like you leveled up is the best way to describe it. And because of this new leveling up, you now have access to these individuals, these entities, these beings. What I get in particular, like what they're here for you, is whatever you need them for. It's like if you're going to go, let's say, which I love getting your newsletters or your writing. I don't know what you would call it. I do. I love them. I love the length of them. I love. Samantha makes, or she writes, what would you call it? A column?
Yeah, we call it the newsletter. It comes through Substack, okay. And we send it 3 days a week.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I love getting it. And so you could even like call on them for that. You could, if you were, you could just even get into a state of meditation. And let's say you wanted to be a channel of love for anybody within the quantum field that was open to receiving it. You could literally channel the energy from them through you. I also get that there's a protection component that they provide for you, like that there's some sort of because the more light that we have, the more darkness may want to be attached to it, or the more visible that you become, the more of a target by others that you can become, even if it's just by people's thoughts, right? Our thoughts can literally be daggers. So I get that there's some sort of blockage or like containment that they provide for you as well. Can I get more information? Can I get more? I think I'm going to say this and then I'll see how it feels. I think this is your family. Whoa, dude, did you just see the fireworks go off, by the way? I didn't, is it like this? I didn't even know that was like.
Apparently you hit the right button.
Yeah, I think this is part of your family. Mm-hmm. Like, and what I mean by that is like my family that I'm incarnated with, right? Like when we go to the spirit world, we all vibrate and are at different levels. And so one may be here, but then I go to a different level and somebody goes to a different level. And you know that you're a highly advanced soul, a highly evolved soul, one that didn't need to come to earth at this, like, you're not stuck in the school of earth right now. You've graduated earth, but you decided to come back as part of a mission, a part of a collective, and raising the vibration, help earth through this ascension process. And so I get that this is like, I get that you're like an elder, and these are like the elders of wherever you're from.
Okay.
That's kind of how I would describe it. So, okay. And it's weird. Like, I don't want to say it's weird. Whenever I connect with different beings, their energy is all different. This is a very calm energy I get, almost like a deep, like when you communicate with them, how do they feel for you?
Curious, brilliant, like brilliant both in light, but brilliant in like intellect. Like,
yes. Yeah.
If that makes any sense, but yes,
100%.
Highly evolved, intelligent, and very, very curious. I feel like the first, I don't know, few days we spent kind of together getting to know one another, it was challenging. You know what I mean? It was kind of hard to figure each other out. So I'm very curious.
Yeah. I get that. I normally am able to connect very quickly, and it took me like 30 seconds, which is like, normally it's immediate. And I had to be really patient. And they were quiet for a moment even. And then they were like,
there with us for a while. It was actually my guide, King George, that told Emma to finally ask me, they're like, how long is it going to take you to notice that this thing's like around? So they finally poked me and said, pay attention.
Wow.
I didn't notice it for a couple days.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's also like a level of, how do I want to say this? Well, it's remembering, but it's almost like a confidence as well, associated to like who you are and what you say and what you offer, and just having, this, it's like that first thought where you're like, this is really cool. And then the next one, your ego goes, well, you're an idiot and you can't do this. Do you know what I mean? So this is like doubling down on that first voice, the one that's like, that has the yummy energy. So I feel confidence associated to it as well, associated to you through their connection.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. And I just ask, like, how do they look? And all I get is like energy. Like, I don't even necessarily get physical structures of them, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's like, I just see energy.
Okay. That's what I saw at first too. The first probably week or so that I communicated with them, and eventually it has formed into 3 figures, and they have pentagons on their face.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. It's beautiful.
No idea what that means, but
well, pentagon is 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I wonder what 5, like, we're going into the 5D, right? That's what they say. That's kind of interesting. Maybe they are from the 5th dimension. I know they're higher than that, way higher than that. So that's really cool though. I know you're not connected, but you are really good at this. I just recently got a new guide myself. Their name Yeah. Their name is Bubbles, which is a really kind of like seems silly, but when I was like Bubbles, they were like, yeah, it's Bubbles. And then literally the next day, the license plate in front of me as I'm driving says Bubbles. And so I was like,
That's
okay, I get it.
fantastic. Love
Yeah.
it.
Do you get any energy or any information for me from them? And if not, that's okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine. The first thing, I think it's the name that came to my mind, was Emma's Guide. She has one that goes by the name of Popcorn.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh
Well, and
my
like mine, King
God.
George, that's not their name. Even a
Yeah.
couple of my primary guides, they're quick to say, we don't have a name, not in the sense that you identify with names, but they will
Yeah.
choose one for my sake more so than theirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I have to get past my association with the name of Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, dude.
To
He's
get
got
to-
the cat hotel though. Come on. Bubbles is the best. But
He's my favorite character. Are you a huge fan of Bubbles on South Park? That might be why they chose that name to resonate with you.
on South Park or
No,
on the
I'm sorry, I
trailer?
said it wrong. A Trailer Park Boys. Sorry, wrong park.
Oh, I was like, because I was like, I don't watch South Park. Well, of course I'm a fan of his. I haven't watched that in years. I mean, I do enjoy. So yes, I am, but I don't know too much more there.
I don't know. I'm trying to decide what the association is. If it's coming in through spirit or if it's me. I get this warm, yummy, loyal, affectionate, helpful,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like sidekick companion kind of. Not necessarily like, what are the words I'm looking for? Like my primary guides are very, very tall, very stern in demeanor. Not stern, but serious.
Stoic. Yeah,
Stoic. There you go. That's a much better word. When I try to tune into what you're talking about, it's really more companion-y, like a friend, or
yeah,
like a brother, sister that you got along well with. It's like there to be your companion and guide you in that way, but less so in the primary guide sort of way.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's how I feel. That's how it's felt too. Yeah, it feels very light as well. The
Yeah.
energy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, that's exciting. Have you asked if it's they, he, she, it, Bubbles
Yeah.
is permanent or temporary, or what they're here to help you
I
with?
think they're separate, yet they're what I got is that they're here to help me with my book, to write my book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what I got. One day I was like, why? Because I was driving home and all of a sudden I felt, because I have two primary guides. One is definitely an ancestor. Her name is Anna Hill. My middle name is Hill. My business is the Healing Hill. And ironically, last year, an Anna's hummingbird shows up and feeds out of my feeder like 20 times a day. By the way, they're like the most beautiful hummingbird. They have like these wings on their neck and they're like, it's just beautiful. And then the other one is like, and I do not have a name for the other one, and they don't really care that I even have a name, but how they physically manifest for me is like a monk. Like I see like a little bit of a belly, there's a belt below it. They're bald headed. Rarely do I even see their face. It's normally like or like I'll see the front of them, but there's no face. And so one day I'm driving and I'm like, well, there's three of you today. Who
the hell is that?
And I'm normally not good with names. Like names just aren't, even when people are like, what are my guides' names? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. What do you know them or think that they are? Because you're going to know more than I do. You've been with them more than I have. And all of a sudden they said, I'm Bubbles. And I was like, okay. All right, sounds good. And then I just, not that I dismissed it because I felt the energy of it, but I dismissed my gathering of the name appropriately. And then the next day I'm driving in this vanity plate in front of me and I was like, Bubbles. I was like, okay, I gotcha. And then I just kept asking later that week, like, what are you here for? Like, what are we doing? He's like, I'm here to help you write your book.
That's exciting. That's
I know. So that's, yeah. So I don't know how long they'll be here. I refer to it as a him for whatever reason. I mean, I'm sure they're non-gendered, but they don't care. That's such an earthly thing, right? So yeah.
Yes.
So anyways, thank you for that. But to answer your question, that's kind of the information I get for you is high vibration people, entities, beings.
Beautiful.
You might have already done this, and we're a little bit over on time, but have you done with Jen and also with Emma a blessing to your business?
No.
Yeah, they said that would be it's almost like it comes second nature for you to do that for someone else, right? If somebody opened up a business, you would have all of this, best of luck on your journey or whatever it is. And so they want you to do something like that for you.
Okay.
In the business. Yeah. To put that energy towards it. So, and it's going to be successful. You know that, right?
I do. Chill runs up my spine every time I think about it. I don't know how, when, where. I don't know, and that's not my job to know. I just know.
Exactly. And I'm not getting the when or what have you, but I know the how. It's through love. So love is you're going to be your beacon, and so just continue to follow that. Yeah. So, well, wonderful. I love you so much. I just feel so grateful to know you in my life, and I'm just really proud of you as well for just everything that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And right back at you. I'm so excited for you and your news too. I want pictures and update reports, and I can't wait to hear all about it.
I know. I think I haven't decided yet, but I think I want to document even getting the keys, just the whole journey of the opening date, etc. So we'll see how that goes. So
fantastic.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be in touch with one another.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay. And thanks everyone.
Bye. We'll see you later, everybody.